Hello, everybody. I hope you are ready. If you are here, let me know in the chat, LinkedIn, Facebook, YouTube. I can see where you are all watching us from, but just blow up chat box so I know that you are here. We are about to start. Laju is having a slight issue with her network. So let's just indicate that we are here. Are we ready? Yes, loving the energy. Great. Okay, so let me pull up Laju here.
Let me just send it. I think that makes sense. Yes. The this is hello, can you guys hear me? Oh, wow. So I'm happy to see you all. I'm very, very, very sorry for the technical glitch and every other thing. So here we are today. We are here for the Becoming a Viral Authority conference. Samuel, yeah, water system. Yeah, God. Or maybe just close down. Hey, God. Sure, you not carry it outside like this. Yo, so good day, my very, very good people. I really appreciate you all for joining this live stream. Good day, my very, very good people. Good day, my very, very good people. I really appreciate you for joining this live stream. I can see everybody typing in the chat box how excited they are for this wonderful event. I welcome you officially to the Becoming a Viral Authority event, and then I trust you'll be you'll be impacted by everything we have to share with you. This event has been designed with you at heart, understand? And so everything that has to do with you being awesome and being viral and intentional and actually being the authority you desire, this event is going to give you the ability to assess and harness those capabilities, understand? So I want you to stay put and then listen, get your jotters ready, listen to everything each of the speakers will be saying, understand? Because each of the dosage they'll be giving you are key to the success you'll be generating this year 2022. I'm so excited and I'm convinced that by the time you finish from this wonderful event tomorrow, that your life will never be the same again. I'm so convinced at that. So I want you to get excited. How many people? How many of you are excited tonight? If you are excited, let me see in the chat box. So once again, just I want you to be here and be ready to learn. Understand? Open your heart. There will be a lot that will be shared with you. I want you to open your heart and then to knowledge. God is going to bless you. I'm so convinced of that. So with that said, I will be handing over to the next speaker. I trust he's here and excited to share with us what he has for us today. Emmanuel Unduka, sir. Mr. Emmanuel Unduka, you can come on board, sir. In a moment, Emmanuel will join us, please. Yes, it's coming. It's coming very soon. Please bear with us. Hey, God. Okay. Before Emmanuel comes up, let me just share with you some of the things that has to do with Emmanuel's profile. We all know Emmanuel to be the Elumelu boy. We know how intentional his journey on LinkedIn has been. And Emmanuel is going to be telling us, telling you and I, because I'm also here to learn, my notes are here, understand? So he's going to be sharing with you and I how we can find our voices, understand, and show up daily, which is actually the key to going viral. Understand? So I mean, what is going to be sharing with us, and I want you to be very, very attentive here. I want you to be very, very attentive. Emmanuel is ready to dish out value to us. So let me read a little bit of his profile to you. Emmanuel Unduka is a 20-year-old undergraduate of chemical engineering at the Federal University of Technology, Owerri, Nigeria. Having been dogged at building his professional profile from 0 to 50,000 followers within a year, he is the pioneer of the student voice on LinkedIn. And for his prowess and hey, you can't hear anything. Why can't you hear anything? The background music, please. Can you hear me now? Okay, so for his prowess and dexterity, he gained the attention of Tony Elumelu, and all of us know Tony Elumelu to be a very, very massive individual in Nigeria and then in Africa at large, someone who is of global renown and then global recon. And Emmanuel Onduka was able to get his attention. Understand? And he actually became a mentee under Tony Elumelu. So if you are looking to be viral, understand? If you are looking to be viral, we've been able to bring to you the person that has the, what's it called, the oil. Understand? The oil. He is going to give you all the strategies. Understand? All the strategies he used. Understand? He's going to share with you how to find your voice and get started with building your own professional profile and your own authoritativeness on online and then even beyond. Emmanuel is not here. Emmanuel is not here. I'm trying to get through to him now. Hey, look how. Sorry, is I'm finding it hard to get Emmanuel on board. Okay. Okay. Hey, good. So we've been trying to reach out to Emmanuel, but is not reachable at the moment. I'm thinking of bringing on Shenwo Degbami instead. So quick one, Shenwo Degbami will be showing us. Yes, yes, yes. So Shehu Odegbami is a storyteller by lifestyle with a massive following of 36,000 plus linked on LinkedIn alone. He has the unique ability. I don't know if you've been following Shehu Odegbami before now. Shehu Odegbami has the unique ability of creating of viewing a compelling and sellable brand story, creating content strategy that increases visibility as well as funnel sales conversions for B2B, B2C, and this has driven results in thousands of revenue. Seun Odegbami is the founder of 21 Light, an innovative brand and marketing agency that uses brand culture and marketing mix to drive results. He currently works as the head of media and communications at Microvest and can never be cut short of stories to tell. So Seun Odegbami is going to be sharing with us, with you and I, storytelling a key element in becoming an authority. So let's get Seun Odegbami on board. Welcome, sir. Welcome, sir. It's glad to. I'm so happy to have you here. Hello,
Hello,
sir.
I hope you guys can hear me. Can you hear me?
Yes, yes,
Hello? You can hear me?
yes. We can hear you. Yes.
So, hello, everyone. Good evening. Dano, I appreciate your patience. I appreciate your time. Thank you for the invite. You said 36,000 followers. I'm not on 36,000 followers. I'm on 37 already. Thanks to you guys.
Oh, I'm sorry. I'm sorry about that.
Thanks to you guys. So, I'm happy to be here this evening. Right. So, thank you for the invite. I appreciate it. And um, I'll be sharing a lot about stories this evening, how you can write your stories. And you have decided to give me 15 minutes. I hope I can say as much as possible within 15 minutes and keep you guys and then allow you guys to go back and amaze us with your story. So I'll be able to share my screen with you guys and you guys. But before then, I'm just going to share a backstory of what it means for you to tell your stories. Um, and I had the opportunity to do so when I went for TEDx. TEDx, what they can know about you and the kind of person that you are, or who they can actually relate to as a human being. So I'm going to be sharing something very, very little for us and very simple that we can relate to. So I'm going to share my screen and hopefully um, so, uh, 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 just let me know if you can see my screen. Let me know in the comments.
Hey, my guys, I'm very, very, very sorry for the for everything, man. Don't mind us, Nigeria. We are trying to manage Nigeria. The network is just doing us a lot of issues. Understand? So, can anyone, everyone hear me now? Can everyone hear me now? Can everyone hear me now? Because the comments that are coming in, man, they are so okay. Okay, awesome. So, I think I should just give you one of the tips, one of the things I know about storytelling that I've learned from Sheung and some other people themselves. We all know that Sheung is telling us, going to be discussing storytelling, and what it means to be an authority. Understand? We are very sorry for the network glitch. There are some things. Okay. Sheung is back. Sheung is back. Thank God. Sheung is back. So let's have him back online now. There are some things he's going to share with us. I believe he's going to share with us the three C's of 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 content too. We are very sorry, guys. Omo, Nigeria, we love Nigeria a lot. Hello, Mr. Sheung. Are you there?
Hello, Dinu. Yeah, hello, Dinu. I'm here.
Okay. Okay.
Yes. Sorry, I was shot by the network. So I'll be as fast as possible, as much as possible. So I don't want it to much. I wanted to share my screen before. I don't know because I would like something visual. I might not be able to Nigeria. Sorry for that. That is our network. So I'm just going to be telling you a little bit. I'm going to tell you what it means to design a story. Then we'll talk about life application of stories to yourself and how that can make you or you yourself go viral. So thank you guys. So the first thing is to understand how to design your story. How you design your story in terms of writing story. There's what we call it has a beginning and it has an end. Take it again. Your plot design has a middle, it has a beginning, and end. So there are three parts to designing your story. I will share the slides later with Danu so you can share it with as much as possible who would like to access that content. I hope you can still hear me. Someone said it is
Yes,
on
yes, we
empty
can hear you.
now. Can you hear me?
Yes, we can hear you,
Yes, sorry, I'm
boss.
not showing.
We can
Yes,
hear
I
you.
wanted to come up, but I don't want the network to go
No problem,
off.
no problem.
Yeah, you have the big and the end. Beginning of the story starts introduction of the character and then the movie character. Then this then leads us to the main goal of the character. Then the middle is everything the character does. They make a decision, everything changes, and then is the character answered questions. So for any you are talking about is a story. In as much as you want to, if your story is not relatable at a certain level to a lot of people, um, if your story is not related to a certain level, people they might say. So, what are relatable stories that we usually see that goes on LinkedIn? My network is breaking. Sorry. So I lost my job. Story. My mom died. Story. So a lot of stories are relatable. So people can see themselves in that character. I, I hope you are following as much as possible.
Yes.
So people can see themselves in that character. Um, this person that's saying the network is bad. Please let me know in the comments if you can see here. Okay, thank you. Okay, so what's your story? Main goal of what you are writing, that is your main goal. What are you teaching people? I say a lot of stories, and after they are done, if you did not teach anything out of that story, started at all story. So for now, he has because you should be selling in your transformation. Is really looking at. So I'll give you a very, very short example. I know a lot of us watch Big Brother Nigeria, and before the end of Big Brother Nigeria, Sean, I'm really sorry, and I'm going to. This is not what we are vision for. I don't know if we can still hear me. Hello, guys. Can you hear me? Please let me know if you are in the comment. Um, okay, you can hear. Thank you very much. I wanted to thank you. Sorry. Uh, it's yeah, sorry. I'm not using Glow, so I'll be as much as fast as possible. It's being recorded. So as I was saying, I know a lot of us we watch Big Brother Nigeria, right? And before Big Brother Nigeria ended, I already knew who was going to win because basically the character who is going to tell the best story is going to win, right? The person who told the best story in the house was okay, that was 2 years ago. Yes, he told the best story. His story was typically the old great story. I was on blind. Now I can see. He told the story of how he was in university and stuff like that. So those are things that people want to actually hear stories. Are you just lying to us or telling us, crappy stories? But you need to be as much as possible to be authentic enough. People can relate to your story. So all the best stories. I'm sorry that it's still breaking, but as much as possible, I'm gonna be um, since it's just 15 minutes, and then so you just take notes of the ones that you can do. So the thing to know about stories is that stories are problem solving. So if you are writing about how somebody became pregnant, the person has a child, getting delivered, a lesson. So what important lesson should people learn from your story? So most of it, when you look at what I write, if you go to my profile, I'm either writing about leadership, I'm writing about team building. I don't know if you can still hear me because I think the network is still breaking. Um, so, but we have to be in this condition. I don't know. I think he's back, but I'm not sure. But I think he's back. So let me know if he's back so that I can quickly round up. We might probably have to have this session again, or I'm going to share the information with you guys. Um, I don't know if I should continue as fast as I can because I don't know if you guys can hear me. Okay, so it's back. So I'm going to rush because the network, I don't know when it's going to come back. So stories are problem solving. In as much as possible, when you're writing story, try to sell out something. Talk about, solve a problem. Basically, if you're not solving a problem, you can't hear the story behind it, right? And then the next thing you need to know about stories is that stories change. So if you're not moving people's emotion, if you're not changing people's emotion, so your story must carry somebody from sadness to happiness, happiness to sadness. You must change people's emotion. So whenever you write, ensure you are changing people's emotion. So sometimes when I write, you can come to my post and laughing. I've actually changed your emotion. You might have started your day with a bad day, but because you came across my post, my content, you've become happy. So stories are changing, right? So change. Whenever you're writing stories, think about change. Very, very key. If your story is not changing emotion, you've not started, ensure you are able to change people's emotion. Someone that is sad should come to your content and see your content and be glad that you made them a better person. So your stories must change people. If it's not changing, you've not started writing a story. Now, another thing to note is that what makes a great story? Stories that make impact. So I'm going to give something a little bit more applicable for business people, entrepreneurs here, and the likes who do businesses, because stories is not only for human, not only for personal development. Stories are for business as well. So as a business person, you will need stories to sell. You need stories to reach out to your clients and your customers as well. So that's very key for you. So what I try as much as possible to do is relate a story to what you're selling or what your product or your service are selling. So I'm going to give you a very, very simple example of a story. Now, first thoughts first, for a story, for instance, if you look at, okay, let's say you sell an insurance product, right? You might want to start your story and say that I lost my dog. And I lost my dog to an accident, right? An accident, and I was supposed to take care of the dog, knowing fully well that you're supposed to have had an insurance cover already, right? But people can actually relate to the fact that they all have dogs in their houses. So if you are taking a proactive action as to maybe saving towards your insurance, when the dog had an accident, something, and the dog had an accident, you will have saved the dog. Because if you don't have an insurance and the dog has an accident, then the dog is going to die. So how about if you had actually been saving before that time? So it's very key for you to be able to infuse stories into your content, into what you sell. So what does that make your stories become? They make your story become more human. Your stories become more human. They make it more relatable. So I'm going to break it down again into simple steps as to what your story should be. So your story should have a plot. I'm just going to do a rundown or summary. I'm sorry that the network was going up and on. So designing your story should have a plot. And your plot should include your beginning, your middle, and your end. That's your plot design. So the first part of it is that your character must have a mood. Then the second part, which is the middle, is that your character has to go from point A to point B. It has to change. And the end is the character development, which is key. If you watch your amazing movies, all these you watch Avengers, you watch which other movie? Spider-Man. You find out that they were changing, something was happening, the characters were developing, they were becoming a better version of themselves. Spider-Man, the last Spider-Man that came out, you find out that there was a point where that Spider-Man wanted to kill his nemesis, but he did not kill his nemesis, but he was tempted to kill his nemesis. That is character development. That's how you develop your story. People can see themselves in it and they can know it's an authentic lesson and it's true and it's genuine. Please write your story that way. And I'm going to run that on the second thing that I talked about. So character face challenges. They go through struggles. Ensure that when you're writing your story, there's a struggle and there's a challenge that people can actually relate to. Like I mentioned before, when we talk about jobs, when we talk about people dying, when we talk about people experiencing the same thing, so that goes on, which is very, very key. So your story must be very, very relatable. Don't tell a story out of the blues that you woke up, you went to the bathroom. That's not a story. A story is genuine. You were there and you were actually active when that story happened. Another thing I forgot to add when you're writing your stories is that it has to be customized to the Nigerian environment. So there are some things that you say in the Nigerian environment, like Sorosoke, right? When you say, oh, spoiler alert, Spider-Man, sorry. When you say Sorosoke, when you say, when you say Sakpa, those are words that are very, very relatable to the Nigerian environment. Ensure that you put that when you are writing. In as much as they say you should be strict with what you're writing, you have to customize it to your environment, which is very, very key for you to writing your story. So I want to see more of that when you're writing your stories. So like I said earlier also, I said stories are problem solving. They solve problems. When you watch a film, you find out that when the film started, especially during Nigerian, you find out that you're already telling yourself, all of you are sitting there in the parlor and saying, this woman will kill herself. It's going to kill. This person is going to accident. It's going to do this. What you're actually doing is that you're playing the story for yourself in your head, and you know the ending. So what you need to do is ensure that people can actually play the story in their end, and they can see the story at the ending. They can predict it. That's what excites you. That's why you say Nigerian movies, they are silly, they are not wonderful. I know what is going to happen at the end. Yes, that's how it's meant to be. The story is meant to play in your head. So ensure you're writing that story that way, ensure it is solving a problem. Then the next one I want to quickly run down to is change. Like I mentioned earlier, characters change. Ensure your character is changing. Don't let your character be the same way. Your character cannot be all that good. Writing your story, everything cannot be all that fantastic. Bring it down and bring it down a little. So that will help you. And the last not but the least, I talked about application of stories to content. And I said some of us are business persons, some of us are business persons, some of us are doing it for our personal brand as well. So in as much as you're doing it for your personal brand, ensure you pick a lesson. Like I said, character development, but pick a lesson. Ensure that you are passing across a lesson. If you are not passing across a lesson, it would not change into something better for you. So let your lesson be something about if you are looking for a job, if you're writing a story, I can tell you for free, I write stories on LinkedIn and people come to meet me and want to give me a job because they can see my character in the stories that I write. So they know that if I employ you into the organization, you'll be able to exhibit this particular skill set, right? So that is what your stories do for you. People get employed because of the stories that they write. I've seen that so much. I've seen that happen over and over and over again. People will buy from you because of who you are, not because of your product. Forget your product and forget what you sell, right? Even if you sell the best thing, people will not, even if you sell the next best thing to slice bread, they won't buy from you. They are buying from the brand you and not from the company you. So that is very, very key in terms of storytelling. So let it be relatable, let it be human, Use all those things that you use in your everyday life. Talk about your experience. It is very, very key. You enter the bus, you had an experience with an agbero. Please talk about it, share it. People can relate it. 90% of people here who are in Lagos are either entering and jumping bus that they have one experience or the other. Share it. Use that to build your brand. When you use that to build your brand, convert it to sales, convert it to work, convert it to how you get gigs and how you get jobs. Those are the essence of virality. That is what is going to make your content viral. If you can put all these lessons that I put down together, I'm certain that with no time, depending on where you want to put your content, it doesn't have to be LinkedIn, it doesn't have to be Facebook, it doesn't have to be Twitter, it could be TikTok. If you're able to, because everybody, in terms of writing or in terms of additional content, we are all different. Some can put out videos, some can do written content. Look for what works for you. If you feel video works for you, use for video. If you feel text works for you, better use text. If you feel like you have a beautiful face and you can model, yes, use it, right? So that is very, very key to going viral. So I hope with these few points of mine, I'm able to convince you and not to confuse you that storytelling is key to going viral. Thank you guys. I'm really sorry for the network and I hope you're able to learn one or two things. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
Sheung. Thank you so much, Uncle Sheung. We really appreciate you. Yes, yes, yes. You have been able to
Thank you.
convince us and not to confuse us that storytelling is very, very key to building our brand and to becoming authorities. We really appreciate you. I can see how the comment section is so hyped up and then psyched for the wonderful lessons you have dished out to us. Really appreciate you, sir. Myself, I already taken my notes. I've taken a lot of notes here. Hope you guys are taking your notes in the comment section. Hope you are taking your notes, Sha, because we have a package for the person that at the end of this of today's session, of today part of the event. At the end of the session, we have when you make your own structured post on LinkedIn or whatever channel, and then you tag us, understand, tag GoLoko Diaries, and when you make the person with the best structured content I will see, we have a special package for you guys, understand. So that is all for today from Uncle Shehu Odegbami. Now I believe our next speaker, Emmanuel Unduka, I believe is ready for us. Oh, I believe Emmanuel is ready for us. Can I? Yes, yes, yes. Keep taking notes, please. Keep taking notes because, okay. Keep taking note because those who post the most wonderful content on LinkedIn, they'll be given a special gift, and that gift is actually something that show you through storytelling and walks you through everything Uncle Seun Odegbami has said. Uncle Seun Odegbami said things like, people can play with the story in their head. You don't need to share over over the whole stories. You don't need to get people to be. You don't need to share things that are incredible. You don't need to share things that are wow. You can be like Prosperity. I believe he's hearing me. You can be like Prosperity and tell us that yes, I checked my accounts. I checked my account statement for the year 2021, and I discovered I actually made over #1 million through the month and transacted over #1 million. That is something people relate to. You can talk about. You see, yes, you see the way it works is that you actually take your online journey, you take it as if you're recording a diary, and that is how it's supposed to be done, understand. You are not expected to be, people have this kind of feeling that you should be so professional when you are on a particular platform, that this is what a particular platform is, what is all about. But the truth is that the key to being viral, the key to being wonderful and being being an authority in whatever niche you are in is when you approach your content and then when you approach your content creation in the form of diary keeping. You understand? Just record your daily activities like they happened, understand, and come and post on LinkedIn, and also ensure that you passed a story. So that is what we're talking about. So now I'll be giving up to the next speaker. Emmanuel Unduka is also not yet available, and we don't want to keep you waiting. We don't want to keep you waiting at all. Understand? Because this is so value packed. I'll be giving up to the next speaker, Samuel Ademuyiwa. Let me quickly profile his person to you. Let me profile who Samuel Ademuyiwa is to you. So Samuel is actually an edtech expert, and he is also a massive guy who has an in-depth understanding about a particular field we'll be sharing with you now. So Samuel Ademuyiwa is a traffic hacker and high income skills advocate. He helps businesses get qualified leads for sales. He inspires job seekers and 9 to 5 income earners to learn and develop high income skills. Samuel Ademuyiwa is highly recommended when it comes to monetization of knowledge and skills through book and course creation. Understand? He's also the business consultant at GoLoko Diaries, as he upskills people with mindset and strategies to create a demand for their books, publish successfully, and earn multiple streams of income using the right tool. So today, Samuel Ademuyiwa will be teaching us 5 strategies to maximize profits with ebooks, and he's actually here with me live at Egbeda, Lagos. So we'll be using the system I'm using. So I'll be leaving for him. Take care, everyone. Till next time. Let's have Samuel on board. Bye bye.
All right, good evening, guys. Good evening, guys. Thank you very much for having me. Thank you, Dinu, for introducing me. That was a very, very short one. And I just have 10 minutes, 10 minutes to present to you. And I promise this is not going to be a waste of your time. So if you're excited to be here, if you're excited to, you are excited to have enjoyed storytelling by Sheon Odegbami, can I see you type GoLoko in the chat box? I like to see you type GoLoko in the chat box. No, it's about taking your story on a success journey. GoLoko in the chat box. I can't see you typing GoLoko yet. I want you to type GoLoko in the chat box. All right, all right. Yeah, it's time to go local. It's time to go local. It's time to take more of our dreams seriously. I'm so excited to be here, and I'm so excited to be sharing a little bit of things with us. Thank you, Bolanle. Thank you, Abiodun. Thank you, Prince. Thank you. Thank you, Charles. Thank you, Joshua. Thank you, Success. I like that. Go local, taking your success on a journey. All right, let's get in right into it. This evening, I'll be sharing with you 5 strategies to maximize profit with ebooks. 5 strategies to maximize profit with ebooks. So let me quickly share my screen with you guys. Yeah, where is the button? Okay, here it is. So starting to share my screen now. If you can see my screen, please type yes, 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 yes in the chat box. If you can see my screen, please type yes, yes, yes in the chat box. If you can see my screen, please type yes, yes, yes in the chat box. Can you see my screen? Please, if you can see my screen, type yes, yes, yes in the chat box. Thank you very much. Thank you very much, Kevin. Thank you very much, Timilenyi. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Yeah, thank you very much, Ayomide. You can see my screen. All right, let's get into it. Okay. As we all know, we are here for the launching of the GoLoko Diaries Media and Publishing Company, and basically one of our main focus is to help those who are aspiring to publish their book get published and known in the world, while not forgetting to go viral with their ideas and content. Now, why that is very important, it is also important to note that every book writer is a creator, right? And a creator, being a creator comes with a skill. So we must always learn how to monetize our skills in different way. If you are writing anything, then you have a skill. But if you are writing a book, then it means you have a skill that you can monetize. And that is why I would love to share with us this evening 5 strategies to maximize profit with ebooks. All right, there are so many versions of books, right? We have ebook, we have audiobook, we have paperback book. But this evening, I just want to streamline it to ebooks, right? Ebooks. If you have read any ebook in the past 3 months, can I see some yes, yes, yes in the chat box? They can see my screen. You can see my screen. If you have read any ebook in the past 3 months, can I see you type yes, yes, yes? Oh, they can't see my face. I can't see your screen yet. Every book writer is a creator. Okay. If you have written any ebook in the past 3 months, yes, yes. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Ikane Israel. Yeah, Oluwakemi, thank you very much. So it means that what we are saying here is relevant, right? So I'll go back to my slide now to share with you what I have with you. All right, we must understand that every book we write comes in different version, right? They come in different version and they have different purposes to suit the modality or the learning modality of the people that you are reaching out to. Remember that your book is actually written because you want to reach out to an audience. You want to be able to get your message out there. You want to be able to um, communicate how you can teach a particular skill to a particular audience so that they can get more out of you, right? But then if you are doing that, then it means you have a skill. And everyone who has a skill should learn how to monetize those skills. Writing a book is a major skill you must learn to monetize. And that's why I said I'm going to share with you 5 strategies to maximize profit with your ebooks. All right, let us get into it. Strategy number 1. All right, before I go into strategy number 1, it's important that whenever you create an ebook, it's expected that it reaches the hands of many people. Depending on your goal, you might want to distribute it to 1,000 people, you might want to distribute it to 2,000 people, 5,000 people. But how do you do that? How easy is that for you, right? How are you going to ensure that your goal is being reached? Your book is in the hands of so many people. So writing a book is not just about launching it in a particular room where you call about 20 persons to just price the book for you. You want to be able to affect so many lives with your book who will come back in return to thank you, even for collecting their money. Yeah, for collecting their money. So how do you get more audience? How do you get more people to be interested in your book? All right, let's get into strategy number 1 to distribute your ebook to the world. And that is going to be Amazon KDP. Amazon KDP. Amazon KDP. So this is a platform, this is an international platform. I'm sure that many of us must have heard about Amazon KDP before. It's an international platform that helps you to place your book on a portal where anyone who is interested can always browse through and get it. Here you have access to about a billion, if not more, potential audience that will be interested in your book. All right. So if you are not yet placing your book on Amazon KDP, now is the time to do so because you can actually reach much of those people that you want to reach. All right. And it helps you to go beyond borders to reach the ready to buy audience globally. It helps you to go beyond borders to reach the ready to buy audience globally. And strategy number two here is something very interesting. Strategy number 2 is Lead generation, lead generation. So how does lead generation relate to maximizing profit with your ebook? All right. So you write a book, you write an ebook. It is basically to solve one or two problems, right? But then you can give pieces of this ebook content to attract a specific audience, right? To attract a specific audience. Now, if your book sounds so interesting, but I cannot get it, if you can give me a piece of what is in there, you just might arouse my interest to want to get the major book. Now, lead generation is just simply using your ideas in your books to collect quality prospects that can buy solutions you are going to sell later. All right. So it's a platform that helps you to maybe just like a blog, right? Where you write pieces of content from your ebook and then you share it out there with people. All right. So when they read this thing, it get them interested. If they feel like they've gotten solution to their problem, they will want to come to you, and then you are collecting those quality prospects, you are collecting those quality audience so as to be able to sell them a solution later, because you have to know something about writing a book. Writing a book does not just stop there, right? You can have different versions of the book. You can have version one, version two, depending on what is happening in the space where you're writing, depending on what is happening in the niche where you're writing. There will be solution every time from time to time. So you shouldn't just put your mind at selling your book just once and letting it go that way. You have to be able to have a lead generation system where you'll be able to grow your audience from that. So strategy number two, lead generation. Strategy number two, lead generation. Now, before I move away from strategy number two, I've said it before that it is important to gather enough audience to see your book. And why is this so? Because you're writing a book not just because you want to write a book or you want your name to be heard. You're also writing a book so that you can make profit out of it, basically, right? So it is important that when you set a goal to maybe a financial goal, for instance, if you are selling a book for 2,000 naira, for instance, and you want to make about 2 million naira with that book, it means you then need about 1,000 people to order that book from you. So how are you going to make this happen? These are the strategies that I'm trying to share with you here. Well, strategy number three is something that every one of us have handy, but not all of us are using it, right? Every one of us have it handy, but not all of us are using it. And strategy number three here is building your email list. Building your email list. If you can hear me, if you can still hear me, please type yes, yes, yes in the chat box. Please type yes, yes, yes in the chat box. Hello, please type yes, yes, yes in the chat box if you can still see my screen. Oh, thank you very much. So I can move on now. Guleye Mutrayo, thank you very much for bringing that in so I can continue. Right, I was just saying that strategy number three is strategy number three is building your email list. How many of you have opened your email in the past 2 days? How many of you have opened your email in the past 2 days? If you have opened your email in the past 2 days, please type 111 in the chat box. Type 111 in the chat box. If you have opened an email from somebody that you like to read from or from a company that you like to read from, please type 111 in the chat box. Excellent, excellent. So it means that you are actually in the email list of that company or of that person that you like to read from, right? So this is how you can keep that communication alive with your audience whenever you sell a book or whenever you sell an idea. So remember, any book content is actually an idea to solve a particular problem or to inform you about your next line of action or whatsoever. But it's important for you to be able to keep your communication active with your audience so that you can always use this opportunity to upsell them on something more valuable than what you have just sold later. And that is why email building is very, very important. So you can take a piece of content from the ebook that you have created and then use this as a tool to message people on their emails. maybe 3 times in a week and all that, just for them to know that you are actually in contact with them. You're actually in contact with them, and people appreciate this a lot. They will always want to come back to get more from you. Building your email list. So as I summarize there, I say develop, grow, and feed your community of people that will continually trust you when you recommend a solution or a new solution. All right, building your email list is very, very important. Runner strategy number 4 is growing your WhatsApp audience. Growing your WhatsApp audience. Now, this is a very, very interesting strategy to be able to distribute your book, or to be able to actually achieve that goal of getting your book into 10,000, nouns of 10,000 people, 1,000 people, whatever the case may be. This is a very, very wonderful and active strategy. If there's anyone here that doesn't have WhatsApp on their smartphone, then I think that person is from 17th century, right? So everyone has a WhatsApp application that helps you to communicate with whoever you are connected to on your phone. Now, this is a very, very powerful tool because a lot of people have been able to use it to, generate sales for their books, for their products, or for another kind of product, right? But then if you have this opportunity to be able to build this WhatsApp audience, getting your financial goal with your ebook is not really far-fetched any longer. We know about I don't know if you know this guy Emmanuel Ipe. He has been able to use his WhatsApp tool to train over 8,000 people in copywriting all over the world, and is in Nigerian. Now, this is a very, very powerful tool that you can always annex. If there's something interesting in your book, you can always share it. I said a piece of content out of your book can help somebody to solve something, and they will appreciate you for that. Now, the more that you share this content, the more your WhatsApp family grows. Before you know what is happening, somebody on your WhatsApp contact list will be telling their families about you, right? They'll be telling your families about you, and before you know what's happening, that is how the referral goes on and on. People would like to want to connect with you. Now, this is maximizing your profits that you get from your ebook. All right, that's strategy number 4, growing your WhatsApp audience with your ebook. Now, strategy number 5, guys, is converting your ebook or your book to a course or an audiobook, right? Like I said before, there are multiple learning modalities, right? Some people might combine audio with video, they might combine course with books before they can understand something. Now, if your book is a good book, but it is not reaching a particular audience, right? You are short killing yourself, if there's any word like that, right? You are actually not maximizing the potential of that ebook to actually solve a lot of problems, to actually solve a lot of people's problems. So you can create a course out of your ebook, right? You can create a course out of it. I bought a book recently that was talking about blood pressure, right? I was talking about blood pressure, and then I read that book. The person started with the story and all that. I enjoyed it, but I would have loved it more if there was a there was a course about it that can actually put me through some certain things, like how to use the what's it called, how to use the monitor, or what to check for, when to visit the hospital, and all those stuff. There are some people who would have loved it that way, and getting it to them that way can actually maximize the kind of you just wrote the book once, right? But then you can make multiple streams of income with it. You can make multiple streams of income with it. Yes, there are audiobook guys also, people like us that go to work very early in the morning and come back in the evening. You might not just not have that time to read a paperback or book or something, but then if you can create your book, you can make it available in audiobook. There are large part of audience that are ready to listen to that, and they are willing to pay for it, right? So maximize other channels to reach a large audience with preference. Everybody have different preference. I might like dodo, and you might like fried egg. So that's basically what I'm talking about. All right, I'll be giving us a very, very wonderful bonus. I'll be giving us a very, very wonderful bonus to make our book get the most profits, to help us get the most profits from our books, right? And that very strategy is something that you probably have heard before or you want to learn about, and it's very, very interesting. It's something very powerful that can help you generate more sales using this very strategy. And this strategy right here is what we know as affiliate program. So you can create an affiliate program around your book. You can create an affiliate program around your book. If you don't know what affiliate program is, it is simply an act of selling a particular product and getting a commission for selling that product, right? Selling a particular product and getting a commission for that particular product. Now, there are books, depending on the value that the book is offering, it comes with a range of price. There are books of 2,000 naira, there are books of 3,000 naira, there are books of 10,000 naira, depending on how it goes. But if you are an individual writer, you're an individual author, you don't really have that much, and you want your book to get into the hands of many people, creating an affiliate program around that book is something powerful that you can do. Take, for instance, what I was saying, that if you have a book, you sell the book for about 1,000 naira, and you want that book to reach the hands of about 1,000 people. So how are you going to do that? Well, some people can tell you to run ads, you can do that, and you can do this. But I want to tell you that affiliate marketing, creating an affiliate program around that book is something powerful that you should be looking out for. Now, what is creating an affiliate program around your book? It is simply sharing the profit from your book with someone who is willing to sell it for you. So take, for instance, I'm selling a book about how to create your first course, and I'm selling that book for about 4,000 naira. Now, what I do is to get to one or two university undergraduates, right, who are passionate about their learning, their field, all right, and they are willing to bless other people with their knowledge, right? So if they have a WhatsApp a tool, I talked about it earlier, they can they've been feeding their audience for a while, right? I can have a business deal with them that, okay, so if you can sell this book for me, you have a 2,000 naira cut. You have a 2,000 naira cut. So imagine if I can get about 2,000 undergraduate students, right, across Nigeria. I can get about 2,000 of them, and each 2,000 undergraduate sells at least one book. That is 2,000 copies in a week. 2,000 copies in a week. 2,000 copies of that ebook in a week. That is about 2,000 times 2,000 will give you about 4 million naira, if I'm not wrong. And that effort did not actually come from you. It's come from those people that you have been able to create the affiliate program around. Now, doing this is not too difficult, but it comes with some sort of technicality. But then it is what one of the things that GoLoko Diaries can actually train anyone who is interested in, so as to know where to look out for when you actually want to get this kind of people who will be willing to share your book with their audience and all. All right. There's even some people that already have the email list that they can actually share your book with, right? Imagine somebody having an email list of about 50,000 active people who open their email, right? So if your book is selling for 4,000 naira and that affiliate person is selling it for 4,000 naira but getting 2,000 naira back, all right, and is able to sell it to about 10,000 out of the 50,000 people, you just do the math, and this is where the magic happens. So this is how you can use these different strategies to actually get your book out there and ensure that you are getting most profit out of it. I hope I've been able to share some little more value with you this evening. If you agree with me, I'd like you to type yes, yes, yes in the chat box. I'd like you to type yes, yes, yes in the chat box. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you very much.
Oh, we can't see your screen.
Who's my screen? I'm not talking. So thank you very much. I'll be bringing in. Kindly type GoLoko in the chat box. Type GoLoko in the chat box. So I'll be handing over to Dano now to take it from here. I'll see you soon, guys. Thank you very much.
Yo, my people, yo. How you guys doing? Hey, God. Eh, so, what? I think I can see your screen, bro. You didn't click share. How you guys doing? I was. What did you get from Samuel's session? I believe you got value. I can see Blessing Kolakwo saying Amazon KDP lead generation, building your email list, building your WhatsApp list, and then a bonus affiliate marketing. So that is Samuel for you. So let's see if we could get Emmanuel on board. Hope you guys are taking your note. Hope you are taking your note because at the also Mr. Emmanuel Unduka. Welcome. We've been expecting you for a long while. Don't worry, guys. Your questions, we'll be addressing your questions as soon as possible. But at the end of the session, we'll be addressing questions. So keep your questions loaded and on ground. Understand? Emmanuel Luka, welcome, sir. Hello. Hi.
Hello.
Yes, we can hear you, brother. We can hear you.
Okay. Can see the
Wow.
comment. Okay. First of all, I've been following. Just I need to find solution to network issues and things like that. So, it's quite a pleasure for me to be here, and thanks to my bro, Dino. You are doing a great job. Like,
You're welcome, brother. You're
um,
welcome. Happy for you.
will I say I'm proud of you? Yes, I think I can say that. Like, yeah,
Thank you.
you inspire me.
Thank
And someone is
you.
saying I have a thick voice. What are you expecting? Okay. Yeah. So I guess this is the first time many of you might be seeing my face and hearing me speak, and you might be wondering before now how's this voice and things like that. Okay. It's again. I'm happy to be here, and I'm not using glue, please, Mr. Biodu. I'm not using glue. Okay. So, uh, honestly, I don't really have something ambiguous to say or to share, and it's just basic and simple. I can see the comments. Okay. Let's get to business. So, I'm speaking on finding your voice and showing up daily. What it means to go viral. I take it again. Finding your voice and showing up daily. What it means to go viral. If you are ready for this section, I want you to comment GoLoko Diary. Come on, I want to see the comments. I want to see the comments. Someone say GoLoko, GoLoko. I'm waiting for them. Let's go on. Let's go on. Mr. Abiodun, I'm waiting for your comments. Exactly, I can see them. Let's keep them coming. Wow, this is massive. Okay, like I said in my post, the publicity rather this event has gotten is something that still blows my mind till now. Like I was like, wow, like this is serious. Over 3,000 people registered for it, and like it's mind blowing. And personally, for me, it tells me that when people see value or someone with vision, they will go to any extent or to any height of seeing how they can accomplish the goal. So once again, congratulations to GoLoko Diaries and to Danny Bond, the CEO of GoLoko Diaries. You're actually doing a great job. And so we can start now. Um, Now, finding your voice is not a rocket science. Finding your voice is just connecting with your inner self, connecting with your true self, and connecting with who you are. I hope someone got that. Connecting with your inner self, connecting with your true self, and connecting with who you are. So, when someone talks about uh, finding your voice, it doesn't mean that there is a new aspect of you need to discover per se, and it doesn't mean that uh, there is someone you should be like in a way. It just means that you should be you, but this time you should accept your voice and um, lend it out to your audience, to the world, since it's about going viral, it's about sharing value, and it's about communicating to your audience. So finding your voice is not, like I said earlier, a rocket science, and it's only entails that we understand who we are, we come in consonance with what is embedded inside us. So I would say find your voice means going deep down into yourself, going deep down into who you are, and connecting with your self. So first of all, before you can find your true self or connect with your inner person, there are some um, certain questions you need to ask yourself. There are some questions you need to look into and provide answers to, because yes, it starts with your mindset. So this question is trying to restructure your mind, trying to how will put it now, reframe, or yeah, you know what I what I mean. And so that is it. We start by asking ourselves some certain questions. And first of all, we would like to ask ourselves, what am I passionate about? Like, what do I want my audience to know me for? What is that particular thing that interests me, that when I talk about, I derive pleasure doing it, or when I do, uh, I'm joyful doing it, and I I don't really find stress doing it. So that's the first question you ask yourself. You need to point that, what am I passionate about? The second one is, what are the things I'm scared of? Are there things that when I think about them, I'm scared? Like, can I do this thing? Like for me now, uh, when I started on LinkedIn actually, and I saw a gap, and I saw the fact that many students were not available on LinkedIn and were not lending their voice. There was this mindset that people have. Before you can become a thought leader or someone that lends his or her voice, you need to have a lot of experience. But it's not actually true. It's not actually like that. At a young age, you can have that experience. You don't need to work in a firm for like 12 years before you know you have an experience. or something to share with your audience and things like that. So you need to know what you are scared of. Okay, people say I'm not good at this. Okay, people say I can't teach this thing very well. So you need to the things you are scared of, the things you are worried about, things that puts fear in you. Once you just think about them, you are afraid. It's like I'm going to give up. Oh, this thing no they go anywhere and things like that. So um am I fearful that I won't be communicating my message or my value effectively? Am I scared or fearful that when I think about a particular thing, I or when I'm trying to communicate a particular thing, are they not going to misunderstand me? Are they not going to misinterpret what I'm trying to say? Are they not going to find another meaning entirely to what I'm trying to communicate with my audience? That's another question you need to ask. Am I fearful that I won't communicate my feelings well? That's another question to ask. And another question to ask is, am I worried that I don't have enough experience? I've said that before. Am I worried that I don't have enough experience? Am I worried that I don't have enough experience? Like I said, you don't need to really have 12 years experience as if you're applying for a job or something like that. You're not applying for any job yet. So for experience, you then I think you have gone through a lot. You have something to share, you have something to say, you have experienced something before as far as you are still living daily, and then surely you have something to share with your audience and something that they can resonate with, something that people can have an idea, just like Mr. Sheung said in the session. And the last one, this is the one that kills a lot of people. This one is a killer. Is, am I dealing with imposter syndrome? Am I dealing with imposter syndrome? And what is imposter syndrome? Is that feeling that I am not enough. That feeling of I don't have what it takes. That feeling of I don't have what it takes to do this. And that feeling of rejection, of dejection, of interjection. It's not like that, but I know you understand what I'm trying to say. So a feeling of rejection, and you feel, okay, for example, now people are intimidated by the success of people on LinkedIn, and what am I doing with my life? God, when? And things like that. So you need to overcome all these things. So if your answer is yes to all these questions I've asked you, and you don't need to fear, that's why I'm here, right? That's why Emmanuel Ndika is here. You can trust me, you can count on me. So now, how do we overcome all this? How do we uh begin finding our voice? How do we find our voice, right? So the first thing you need to do is that you need to be authentic. And being authentic is be who you are, be your simple self. That is what you need. You don't need um to go and dip yourself inside one river, or to go and anoint yourself with oil before before you feel you have a voice. You don't need all those things. You are your voice. You are your own voice. That voice you have, that is what you are meant to use to preach the value you want to offer, the problem you want to Can you still hear me? Okay, I think I'm still connected. So be authentic. Don't try to prove something you are not. Don't try to present something that is not true. Don't try to present a false image about yourself. Okay, okay. So don't try to present a false image about yourself. If you look at my content, and sometimes why people engage in my things is that if I tell you, if I know I don't have something, I'll tell you straight I don't have this thing. For example, now when Mr. Tony Lumelu sponsored my flight and things like that, I told you guys or some of the people that have followed me before then that see, if it's me, that 55,000 I will have collected it and go by road, and I will have used it for things like that. So I'm just is and that's the truth. I'm trying to be myself here. I'm not trying to okay. I'm an influencer, so I can't do some certain things. I'm an influencer, so I can't drink Gary. Oga, well, just that things have changed, sha. But when I'm in school, I used to drink Gary pa once there's nothing. Oh. So I'm just sharing this thing to you to show you how authentic it is for you to be. Let people see your journey. Let people see how you are transitioning. From people that have followed me from the very beginning, how I started from 0 followers, from I say followers, no followers, and currently over 60,000. They know that okay, they've studied me for some while and they've known that okay, if I share something now, it is most likely true because one, I've already shared my failure most times with people. Like example, when I started my first brand ambassadorial role and I failed at it, I wasn't scared to come and tell you guys. I needed to do I needed to do that because to let people know that yes, Emmanuel still fails at something doesn't mean that he's perfect and things like that. So you need to be authentic. You need to put yourself uh, out there, your true self, and that is finding your voice, being your true self. I am the Emmanuel you are offline is the Emmanuel you should be online. The Daniel you are offline is the Daniel you should be online and things like that. So second one is the second part is that you should be clear about your message. You should be clear about your value and things like that. So now remember the first part I said is being authentic. The second part is be clear about the value you want to offer and things like that. So for me, what is my value? What do most people know me for? I have been able to preach the fact that a student can have a voice on LinkedIn, and it doesn't have to be about the professionals, people that have had a lot of things to do or have gained a lot of experience. So things like that, you need to um, be clear about your message, know how to communicate your value well and things like that. So the third one is to take action. You have to do it scared or do it afraid. Nobody is going to kill you. Nobody will kill you. Do it afraid. Do it afraid. Put out that content. You don't need to fear. Highest you do is put it online, and then after you press that post button, go off for like 5 or 1 hour and come back. And then uh you see that once you continue to do like that, you become bold enough to keep doing what you do. And now you have to take note of something. Not everyone is going to agree with you. Not everyone is going to accept your message. If you watch my content well, you see that there are some people that like they might not agree with me, but where they tend to feel it is that when you don't agree with someone, you don't give your own point, and then you make that person dejected and then depressed, things like that. So the best way to do that is to bring it in a form of suggestion. That's by the way. So just know that not everyone is going to agree with you. Know that your message is not what everyone is going to accept. people that need to hear you, people that are hungry for your value, people that are hungry and eager to hear you are going to accept your message. People that your message relates to are going to accept it. So it is absolutely normal for someone not to agree with you. So don't allow just one person's comment to just bring down all the old good you've done for people and things like that. So you have to take note of that. And then the fifth one is showing up daily, how to go viral. Now, first you have to take something, take cognizance of something here. You can't see, I've been on LinkedIn for a year and 2 months, 3 months now. So not when I started, nobody knew me, and it is perfectly normal. So what do I mean? How you go viral is by showing up daily, and showing up daily means you are going to be consistent. Now when I say show up daily, that doesn't mean you have to post content day by day. It means that you have to you have to come online as often as possible. For example, you can do yours once in a week, or you can do yours 3 times a week, or 4 times a week. Yes, and you will remain consistent in it. So showing up daily doesn't mean you have to post content every day. Please get that. It doesn't mean you have to post content every day. So you show up daily. And one thing about the LinkedIn algorithm is that it understands consistency. So if it sees that you are consistent, it tends to push out your post in a particular rate. And as you grow, as your audience become wider, that rate will be increased. I'm telling you, Tim, well. As you tend to grow wider, that audience is going to your post how your post will do well will tend to increase. And that is why if you check through my page, you will see there were times I was having 500 likes. I'm talking about visibility now, going viral. You see times I will have 500 likes, 200 likes. At some certain points, you cannot see less than 1,000 likes on my personal post. And that is what consistency and the LinkedIn algorithm can do for you. It works like that. So you have to show up, you have to be consistent, you have to put in the work, you have to do the necessary things at events like this. So basically I've shared all that is needed to share with you guys, and I think I'm done with my presentation. Yeah. So once again, it's a pleasure for me to be with you all, and I really appreciate. Hope you found value with my content. So you can ask your question or things like that. So I guess they have a session for that. So thank you guys. I really appreciate.
Thank you so much, Mr. Emmanuel Unduk. We really appreciate the session. It was
Thank
so,
you.
so, so insightful. Please, if you got value, I beg, show fire for that comment section. I beg. So right now we are trying to round off, but we want to take a few questions from each of the sessions. So if you have questions for Mr. Emmanuel right here, or any of the speakers, I hope they are still around. Just type in the comment section what your questions are. So let's wait for that. This network people, they know they do us well for here.
So I'm grateful that Ethel did not decide to to disgrace me.
It's all right.
I can see the comments. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I really appreciate. Yeah, yeah.
And you guys should also not forget about the tomorrow part of the program. Omoba Bimi Osudeko will be speaking on how to
Yeah.
build a profitable brand as an author. Vivian Claire Okeke will be speaking also on how to critique your book and ensure it goes viral before you actually launch. Then I will be speaking too. So I beg that tomorrow is very, very important. So tonight also, as the questions are coming in, I want you to, after we end the session, to make a post on LinkedIn and tell LinkedIn what you got from this session. Tell LinkedIn what
Yes.
Emmanuel
So
happened to you.
show them
Understand?
fire.
And mention
GoLoko Diaries. Come on.
understand? Mention Samuel Ademuyiwa
Yeah.
and yes, even you can also take a screenshot of the session, and share on your across your media, your social media, and let us tag GoLoko Diaries, tag Emmanuel Undoka, tag Shane Wotegbami, tag Samuel
I saw a
Ademuyiwa.
question. I saw a
Okay,
question.
okay.
So
How do you
someone
want?
someone asked if engaging with people's posts makes any difference in your growth on LinkedIn. Yes, you need to engage in people's posts because it is what you do to others is going to be done to you. That's what is a normal principle. Is what the Bible says, and people know it as law of karma. So what you do to others is what they are going to do to you. Engage with people's posts and things like that. And okay, for me now, it's actually like a really big work because I get a lot of tags and I try my best to drop my comments and what I feel about it. So you need to engage with people's posts, especially for you that is starting out. So please engage with people's posts. It's very important.
Okay, thank
So
you for
someone
that.
asked again, sorry, how do a student who is occupied with school activities be consistent on LinkedIn? Remember, I said being consistent on LinkedIn or showing up doesn't mean you have to post daily. If it's 2 times a week or 3 times a week that works fine for you, do it and remain consistent that way. That is how the LinkedIn algorithm is going to recognize how your content goes and they will uh, boost it the more for you. So that's all for now.
So thank you so much for answering the questions. I can see, okay, what can I do to get some likes? Well, I should tell you, you shouldn't be campaigning for likes on your post, I beg. There are more things to do than likes. But for you to build your engagement, like Emmanuel has said, you have to engage on other people's posts. The law of karma works here. And for you to also get likes, like Shin Wodegbami said, write relatable stories about your experiences. Understand? Talk about your life, and talk in terms of what actually happens, what people can relate to. People fly buses, people fly taxis, people jump, they jump gutters. Understand? They pass through the street. They see a dog lying across fallow and every other thing. They see beggars on the street. Understand? So write things that people can relate to, especially as related to the Nigerian environment. And then that is really all about that. So, since we have answered virtually the major questions, I believe we can actually end the session. And for us to end, I want to appreciate everyone, especially you, for coming. Every single person that turned up, God bless you. That stayed to the end of this session. So tomorrow is going to be the second edition of the session, and then Omobabirin Osideko is already prepared, and don't worry, data is not, sorry, what's it called? Network is not going to fuck up here, because we believe we'll correct, we'll check into our technical stuff and then get everything set up well. So whatever thing you've learned tonight, please don't wait for tomorrow to post. I beg, go and post. Go and post, go and post. Tag GoLoko Diaries. The people and people with very well constructed posts. I assure you, there's a gift prepared for you. There's a gift prepared for you. Is a particular ebook I wrote, understand, and that ebook will show you through how you can actually take your story and how you can share them online and do that effectively. So go make your post. Tag Shane Wodegbami. Tag Emmanuel Unduka. Tag Impa. I give you the I give you the go ahead. Then tag Samuel Ademuyiwa, and then abeg no tag me, I wan sleep tonight. So, and then tag GoLoko Diary so that we can see your post, understand? So as you go tonight, I want to remind you once again that tomorrow is a great day. Be here by 5 p.m. We'll be broadcasting, understand? Omobabi will be talking on how to build your professional, a profitable brand as an author. Vivian Claire will be showing you how to write and critique a book and know that it will go viral even before you publish it. And myself, I'll be showing you how to publish. Don't worry, see, I'm going to share one particular secret to you. Publishing houses don't want you to hear this. I'm going to show you how you can become a published author in less than 30 minutes. Understand? And you forget about
Pause.
this is not ebooks publishing. Normal,
Pause.
normal, normal. So I beg, show up tomorrow and tell people that the session continues tomorrow. You get? So we hope to see you here live. And that is all for tonight. And tomorrow also, by the grace of God, we'll be having a particular spoken word presentation. Understand? It's
Wow.
going to is a load of wow. So you don't want to miss tomorrow. Tonight is a night of value. You got value tonight. I know that. Tomorrow is going to be the next also. So that is all for tonight. Thank you, Mr. Emmanuel. Thank you, Mr.
Thank you, Cecilia.
Shewon.
I'm sharing a big shout out to you. I saw your message. Thanks for coming, and I really appreciate. So let's go rock LinkedIn. I'm waiting for your
Yes.
tags. Let's do this.
Bro. That's so. Okay, now. Take it,
Bye now.
guys. Bye.